Good morning, Gaurav. Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. I think some of us are joining. Hello, Alan. Hi, Samik. Hi,
Hi.
Piyush. Hi, Prasida. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Gaurav. Good
So,
morning.
hi, Piyush. Good morning. Mm, um, I think we let me wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Then we'll start this session. You can start your live server, run the application that we are working on. Maybe you can try seeing what the issue was yesterday, and then we'll fix that and continue ahead. All right? Yeah, let me mute for 2 minutes, then we'll start. Okay, I think we can start now. Um, Connect my microphone and we'll see the TypeScript configuration as well as today we will try to create some functions which are called custom hooks, our own hooks, maybe some CSS as well. Yeah, and we will see some output on the browser. Just give me a few seconds, then I'll start my screen. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, um, we were actually looking at fetching products yesterday. Did you find some progress, or did anyone try to fix the issue that was yesterday on the application? Were you able to make some progress here? Okay, then. All right. So there is some issue here that we will fix first, and then we'll continue fetching the application. We want to run the output here. Actually run the so display the data which is coming from the API in the browser here first. Let's start the app. And do you have some questions, everyone, before I start writing anything here? All right, then let's move. So most of the time it is good if you are opening the console as well, because sometimes you'll see some issue on the console as well. There are some runtime error that TypeScript cannot also catch. Later we will introduce something called ESLint, and there we will also see how ESLint smartly catches some of the error that TypeScript cannot catch. And the setup with ESLint and TypeScript and React is a pretty standard setup in real-world React application. So let's see what is happening yesterday here. So the issue was around product fetching here. Actually, what happened is the data here that we are getting is not of type product. Actually, it is not of type product, and we are making it of type product forcefully. That is why it is not working. So this function get product is called okay in the context, I think, right? Yeah, here. And we are passing this context here, and the response is okay. So yeah, response is here. So let's console log this response and let's see. Response will contains these two things that are provided from here. The first one is fetching, and the second one is a product. And we are interested in products. Products should be products. Okay. But what I mean is products should contain an array. Actually, products should be of type iProduct, right? Products should be of type iProduct, and it should be an array of object. Okay, so then we can verify that this is data is of type iProduct. Actually, if I say this data, whatever I'm returning from here, is this data same as this products? Can you say that? Can we at least say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are setting this product with the value that is data, right? It means products and data are same. So then this product is going in here. Actually, response will contain both is fetching and products. So it means products is data. Let's see what is that products then. So actually that products, is it containing array of products? These products is an array. Am I correct?
Yeah.
But it is an object here, right? Not an array. It is object, and in that object there is a property called products one more time, and that products is now array. These products and these products are different then. So products is not an array. This is an object. You can see it is object literal syntax, right? And there we have another property. These are same, that's why we may be confused. But these products is not an array of object. Am I correct? So these products, if this products is not an array of objects, then we cannot say here that this products is this data, right? It means this products is not an array of objects. We cannot say this data is array of objects here. This is wrong, actually. And we need to correct here. Did you understand, everybody? Any question? Confusion? So last time we were typing this, and this is not correct. So let's once again type it there. So what you can do is, at least this is a product response, actually, not actual products. This is a response, and response will contain another property called products. So what you can do is create interface here, or directly type it here. So you can, instead, previously we have this type, right? Instead, now this data is once again containing a property. This data is an object, right? That object is containing a property called products. And now that products is of type I product, an array of products. This is what we should do, actually. Does it make some sense here? This data actually is an object. That's why we call it object here, right? And that object contains a property called products. And now that products is of type I product array. It means array of objects, right? Most of the time, if you are trying to create such type, it is better to create interface that we discussed already, right? You can either create interface here, or you can create interface in the model itself. So what you will do is, yeah, you can directly create interface there as well, right there on the top. It's fine. Okay, let's first create here interface. Actually, this is the response. You can say response of what? I response of the product. You can say I product response. So that response will be of type this. Oh. And don't need to write only response again. And now I can grab it from here and paste it here. Okay, now it is fine. Now this data is of type object, actually. That object contains a property called products. That products is of type I product now. Okay, so yeah, you can take it from here and place it somewhere outside as well. Here, maybe. Then you need to export it, right? And then you need to import it as well. Okay, so we fixed here. So let's go in product context provider. There is some issue. Now you cannot directly set that data here. Can you? Is this data containing products directly? Array of object? Is this data is of type array of objects, which are products?
No.
Now then, what is this data actually?
Just an object.
Yeah, it's an object actually, right? It means we cannot do this here. So, but can I do destructuring here directly? Because whatever I'm getting is the data which will contain that products, right? So let's see what is the issue here. And yeah, it says property products doesn't exist on type products. Okay. Something is wrong here once again. I am not able to destructure. Let me see if I can at least get this data and console log data dot products here, because this will be undefined. So let me save it. And here you can see products now. Now this data is having one more property called products, and there are these products. It means what I can do now is set our products with this value. Set our products with this value called products. Sorry, actually data.products. Okay. So let me try to remove this undefined from here. See what happens. And here some issue. Type undefined is not assignable because it is sometimes undefined. Sometimes means initially data will not be there. Initially we will not get our data from here. So this will be the promise which will not be there initially, and it will be undefined. So we are trying to destructure something which is initially not there, and it will be undefined initially. That's why we need to actually take that undefined as well, or type here as well with products. So finally we can say this products is directly containing our data which are products. Yes, finally console log products here, and you can see this is a product array. Now finally what we can do is we have provided these products from here. Let's go to app.jsx and let me see what is this response dot products containing. See, yeah, the response dot product is containing all the products. It means now I can activate this one. I've commented it yesterday, so let's activate it, and it should now work, because yesterday there were no products, but now we have response.products is containing products, and we are mapping it. Let me save it, and we will see these products now here. These products are coming from our API actually. Here, these are the 15 or 16 products coming from here, and we successfully mapped it here. Okay, for a few moments of time there should be loading as well, but it is so fast that that is not visible. Maybe you can try sometimes slow down your connection and try to refresh and see how data are coming. Okay, instantly. I'm not seeing that loading screen somehow, but I'm seeing those data only. Okay, what happens here is if there is response.products, then show these products, otherwise show this loading. This loading is not working somehow. Can you tell me what is the issue here? Let me console log this loading, console log this path. So it should run at first. So let's go there. For a very first time, it should actually run. Let me remove this throttling from here. Let's refresh it. Okay. I cannot see that console log actually. So
Gorak, I have a question.
yeah, yes, yeah.
In the products context provider file, can you paste just that use effect method or function? So like line 18 to 22.
Okay, so
Can you
what
just
was
put
your
it
question
in?
actually?
What was that? Okay. Oh, can you just copy and put it in the chat? I was just trying to do
Oh,
it. Yeah.
all right, all right, all right. So is it fine if I push this code to GitHub?
Yeah,
Can you
that
take
works as
this
well.
code from there? Okay. So let me commit this one. Products first. So these are just the messages I'm writing randomly. You can just follow the convention of writing commits. So just try it once yourself, everybody. Try to fetch this product and see if you are getting these products here or not. So how many of you are successful if you are doing together? Are you getting these products on your screen? Yeah, how many of you are trying? If you are trying, then I can just wait for a minute or two, then we'll continue. Many of you are trying to do together here. Can you just raise your hand, please, so that I can know? Yeah, Ellen is here with me. Yeah, Ashish as well. Okay, Ramji, Pius. All right, then, okay, Samik as well, right? Yeah, then let me wait for a few minutes. This code is on GitHub, actually. Just go there. You can, if you are not trying, you can just clone everything from there and just go to the directory, go to this directory called React TypeScript, and first install the modules dependencies, and then you can just run this code and this will come on the screen. Will you try? So everybody, so I think most of us are not interacting. This is really quick actually. What you need to do is there are a few steps to follow. Just go to GitHub. Let me send you URL, I think. Otherwise you shouldn't have to go there. Uh, just try it once. Just go to this repository first, or let me directly send this one. You don't have to go anywhere. Just copy uh, this URL. Okay, everybody, you can just try it now together. So if you do not have the repository on your VS Code, right? Only do this. Otherwise, you can continue yourself. So if you do not have this code yourself on the VS Code or the repo, you can just try right now. Just copy that URL that I just sent you. Now go in your PC somewhere and create a folder. This is just for those who don't have this code. And if you already have cloned previously, you can just pull the code from there. If you do not have the code, any code that I'm sharing yesterday as well, then you can just follow this step. Just create some folder. Yeah, copy the URL, create the folder. Only two steps. Let's go to VS Code now. Now open VS Code and open that folder with VS Code that you just created. All right. So open this folder that you just created with VS Code. The third step, right? And just open your terminal and write git clone, paste this URL and write dot at the end, space and dot, because this will not create any other folder in there, and hit enter. Okay, how many steps? Maybe 3 or 4. Now you need to go to this directory. We are working here. You need to type cd react TypeScript, react hyphen TypeScript there in your terminal. All right, this is the another step. Now what you need to do is type this command, only yarn, yarn yarn. This will install the dependency, and hit enter. Dependencies are installed. Now the final command that you will write is yarn dev. This will run this code on the browser, or this will start the live server. Okay, now you can visit this URL and see this output on the browser. All right, everybody, will you just try that?
After cloning, what do I have to do?
Yeah, after cloning, you need to go to the directory. You need to go to the terminal and type cd space react hyphen TypeScript. Okay, so after you clone the repository, you need to type this command in the terminal.
It says cd TypeScript is no such a file in directory.
Yeah, maybe there is the directory which is not correctly configured. Maybe you can share your screen so that I can look.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, actually what you did is you didn't write that git clone properly. That's why there is the issue that you are facing. You didn't write dot at the end. That's why you are creating another folder called FDB4. That's fine. You don't need to clone once again. Now what you need to try first is go to FDB4 first. Right, cd and FDB4. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Now you can write your cd react TypeScript command.
cd okay.
Oh, I think it's not working. I think you didn't type. There is a typo. Is it RESCTDYPS? Yeah.
Yeah,
REAT. I think you need to correct there. Yeah.
cd
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
this one.
Your spelling of React is not correct. Can you type it once again? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Type. Wait. Okay. React TypeScript.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
that's
second,
fine.
not working.
Yeah, not React TypeScript. No such file.
Okay. Can you type ls there? Just type ls and hit enter. What is the issue actually? I think anybody else are noticing the issue that I'm not seeing.
React TypeScript. cd.
So
Yeah.
just try once again, type cd and type react -T and just press tab.
Tab,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Did you do that?
Tab,
Yeah.
TypeScript, enter. Okay, nice, man.
Now it's working.
Now
I need to
is
type that / as well. Okay.
oh,
All right. Now now you'll type yarn command. Just type yarn, 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 and hit enter. So it will take some time. Once this is completed, then you will type yarn space dev command. Actually, it is faster than create react app. That's why you can see it is almost completed. Yeah, completed. Now you can type yarn dev and it will start your server in the browser. Yeah, just hold control and click on that URL. Press control key on your keyboard and click on that URL. HTTP localhost 5173.
copy paste or click. Okay.
You can do anything will work.
This is what you wanted. Okay.
Yeah, it is working, right? Right, great.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can follow me from here as well. So sometimes if you
Okay.
are lost, you can just clone and run and follow me from there.
Okay. Thank you.
Gor, can you help me with my problem also? Let me share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so everything else is coming, but the problem I'm having here is so this is the error it's showing.
Yeah, actually on line number 16, you need to write undefined, union operator and undefined after I product array.
Here?
Yeah, after this array. We need to
So this
accept
is right.
undefined as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Space and
So,
yeah.
all right. Thanks.
Right, great. So now are you all able to run this on your system, everybody? So let me know once again, how many of you are running this code on your VS Code now? I just want to make this interactive so that I will just work together with you, everybody. Yeah, yeah, some of us are now included here, Samek, and yeah, is it Jisoo Limbu? Yeah, and Pravisa. Okay, Avi was already there, I think. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. So I assume most of you will also participate if you are available. All right, then let's continue. So any question from any of you? If you are stuck somewhere, just let me know.
Gorak, I'm also having some problem. Can I share my screen?
Oh, sure, please.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
You see here products. I got error here.
Can you hover over that products once?
Yeah, it said no
It
quick
says,
fix available.
yeah, most of the time with TypeScript, there will be no quick fix available. So property products doesn't exist on type. Actually, you need to go inside product.ts and correct something there. So yes, I just did some correction, but your correction is not here on line number 6. What you need to do
Okay.
is what you need to do is just cut that I products array from line number 6.
This one.
Yeah, just cut it. We'll paste it later. And yeah, write curly brace there. One curly brace, object syntax inside. Yeah, after colon.
You say add curly braces, no, right?
Yeah, opening curly brace. Just write opening and closing curly brace syntax there.
Or you want me void it?
No, do not remove that. Do not remove it.
Oh, okay.
Just go back on Control Z.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah, now just add double curly brace, opening and closing after colon. After data and colon, just add curly brace.
Oh, here.
Right here,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, now it's good. So now just write products. Products is a property.
Right here.
Right there, yeah. And colon, just write colon there. And just paste whatever you got previously. Paste that products array. And write Control V there. Press Control V.
Oh, actually, I didn't copy it. It was a product, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that was type product array. You can type it.
That's
All right.
one, right?
Now it will work. Yeah.
Okay, thank
you. Yeah, I did some correction actually. I created an interface and put it in the model. Yeah, but it will work.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So yeah, any issue from anybody else, guys? Yeah, depending upon what you are doing, you may have different errors. So let me know so that I can help you. That's why I'm asking you to run. Later, if you run it yourself alone, then you may feel uncomfortable if you are getting some errors, right? Okay, so you can do that while I'm working as well. You can clone and run. So let me see on my screen. All right. We have fetched data successfully. Now it's time to do this in some better way. Time to create some custom hooks. So why should we create custom hooks and how they are going to help us? Let's see. Custom hooks is nothing but a function that starts with the word called use. Use products or use anything. Use page, something like that. If you have the keyword called use in a function, then that will be recognized as hook by React. Okay. That's why do not use keyword for normal function. Use keyword is actually recognized by React and it will actually assume that it is a hook. So we'll go inside src inside context and create our first hook there. That is use products. This is just a file name. Okay, now you can create a function here, or you can create RAFCE and it has created a function for you. Okay, your custom hook will contain some React state and it will return something, right? That is the main job of your hook in React. This is going to return something from here. Or it may also contain some functionalities as well that we are going to do.
Hey, Gorak, is this use products JS or TS?
Oh, this is TS. Yeah, thank you for correcting. Everything will be TS now, not JS. Yeah. Okay. And here I told you that React will recognize this pretty well. actually TypeScript. That's why here is error. Previously with JS, there was no error, right? Everything seems to be working. What is the issue here? Why this div is underlined with that red color? Why that is the error?
We need to like make it not TS. It only return type C. We need to like make it TSX so we can accept XML.
XML like type of syntax, right? But if you don't want to write XML there, then you can remove it from there as well, right? By
Yeah, exactly.
having that TS syntax there. All right. So let's remove it and let's write something that will work for us. So what I mean by something is we will actually get some React state here. So those React state will come from now product context. Product context is already having React states here. Two React states. One is for is fetching, another is for is product. Okay, let's grab them here. Restructure it because that is object, right? And get it from use. Okay, we don't have. Okay, I can write use product, use context and provide context there, right? Let me do that. So yeah, we need to use this hook, right? And write the name of the context, right? To get any value from context. Am I correct? And now I can write is fetching here. Is fetching and products. What is happening here? Why these are underlined actually? Can you guess? Am I not doing correctly on line number 5? Is there some issue that you can find on line number 5? Now just start noticing some issue. You can just randomly guess. Hey, where is that is fetching coming from? You can just ask me, then I'll explain. Right? Just randomly guess. Your answer shouldn't be actually correct here. We are just trying to interact, right? While we are learning anything, we will just hit and trial guess. That should not work, but you can at least try. So can you guess what is the issue on line number 5? You can just
Does
guess
it
at
have to
least
do
one.
with the I product?
Okay. So you mean where is the type, right? Here,
Yeah.
I product. Actually, once your type is defined somewhere, and if same thing is passed somewhere else, then you don't have to define everywhere the same type. This is fetching is defined in the context. What is the type of is fetching here on line number 15? Can can anybody
Boolean.
guess? Yeah, Boolean type, right? Because we have returned the initial value as false, and the type will be inferred by the TypeScript. We haven't actually written something like this here. You can still write it. It is the same thing. If you write Boolean here or do not write Boolean here, it's the same thing because TypeScript can sometimes infer. And you don't have to annotate at that time if it can successfully infer. So it can now successfully infer the type. That's why we are writing. We are not writing actually here. We are not annotating here. But here TypeScript cannot infer because this I product is coming later. TypeScript doesn't know about the value which is coming later. That's why we need to annotate ourselves. Okay, so is fetching is already defined here, or what I mean is fetching is already having type here, and this is the same is fetching that we are passing, and this is the same is fetching that we are destructuring. That's why it will work. So we don't have to define type once again here. Same for products. We don't have to do I product there. It will just get the type from context itself. Okay, yeah, that's a nice question actually. Any other guess why error is here? Yeah, I'm asking because you'll remember later while you are working. Oh, I was getting that error. Let me look at that video, or maybe you can just memorize. Oh, that was that error. Let me search on Google and just fix it. Or let me just fix it right here. So here, what we are doing here, it says property is fetching doesn't exist on type I product context or undefined. Okay. So in I product context, is fetching and products do not exist. This is the issue here. So actually we are getting this issue yesterday as well while we are fetching that data, right? Directly, directly into our app.tsx. So let's try to fix it. If I write this response here, only response. Now there is no issue. Okay. So and if you remember, we are writing it constantly, use context, product context. We are importing product context here. We are importing use context here. And we are using this syntax all the time here as well. Whenever you need to consume data from your context, we are doing the same thing here, writing, importing product context, importing use context, writing the same syntax, right? We are repeating something here. You don't have to import all the time. You will do consume data from context all the time, right? Maybe in your application 100 or 1000 times. Then you will write this import all the time. Instead of doing that, what you can do is create another function for that case and export that function from here, and we'll use that function. All right. So that function we'll create here. So what I will do is I will actually return some context. So I'll create a function. Let's say any function. This is actually the product context. Okay. This is product context. So let's create a function. So that function may be anything, any name, but we will make it a React hook. But if you what will happen if you make React hook is you can use your React hook in your components, and you will not use it inside some if condition or for loop. You will use it in your component, and you can get reactive state from there. So what I mean by reactive state is, let me just make a React hook. React hook will be created by just writing use keyword first, and this is for product context. So we are again creating React hook here as well. We'll go there. This is another one. So because we just want to remove this repetitive part that we are doing all the time. Use product context. So here we will do that repetitive part. So in here, that repetitive part is first using use context, right? This is the first repetitive part. Use context. Use context, is it important? It's already here. Oh, here. This is the first repetitive part, right? And second repetitive part is using this product context, importing it. We will write it here, product context. And oh, I need to write it at least. And then let's get the value here. That is actually the context. That is actually the response that we are writing there. The response will contain the value. Actually, whatever the value exported from here, this is the value. This will be there in the response. So let me just write context here. All right, we created our custom hook. which is having this repetitive syntax actually. You can just return here as well. You don't have to store in some variable, return it directly, or let me return context. Now what you can do is use this function right here. Now let me remove this whole part. Use context and product context. I don't have to import it as well. So I'll remove it. Your code is now becoming clean. Now you can just import a single hook and you will call it. And I think it is not exported from here. Let me export it. Export it. Now let's import it once again. Now you don't have to pass any argument in it. It should work. Okay. Now you can see, oh, I'm working there on the cloned one, I think, right? Then you go back. What are the changes? Let me check this change. Actually, this is the clone repo, I think, right? That I just created on the test folder. I need to work on the real environment. I'll copy it later then there. I can directly go into the pod where it is running right here and see the output. You can see the output here. It is working once again. So what we did is we created a custom hook here. Another hook inside product context, this hook. Now you can go in wherever you want, like use product as well. So now instead on line number 5, instead of doing this, now we don't need this product context here. We don't need this one as well. What we need is this hook. Only we need this hook and we call it. All right. So is this fine, everybody, until now?
Can you do that one more time?
Yeah, you want to repeat once again?
Yeah, I got lost halfway.
Sure. So we removed the repetitive part from here and here. What was the repetitive part? That was, let me go back. That was this importing product context and use context all the time and using this syntax. So how we removed it? What we did is we created our custom hook here from line number 20 to 24. We wrote this repetitive part here and the custom hook is exported. Now we just replaced the repetitive part from our use product and app.tsx. We had our repetitive part here, right? This was that repetitive part. We'll go back, this one. So what I did is remove it and remove the import of the use context and remove the import of the product context as well. And just import this use product context here and just use it. So this is how we replaced with our custom hook. And we did the same thing here as well. So we'll remove this use context and product context. Let's remove it. Let's remove product context. Let's remove use context. Let's remove this from line number 3. And let's import use product context here. And let's import that on the top as well. And let's call this. Okay. We just replaced with the repetitive part with our custom hook. All right. So this is actually needs to be inside use product actually here. Is this fine, everybody?
Is that response ever used or no?
It is not used.
Okay.
It is not used. We just want to write something here. Okay, I just want you to try something. Okay, can you just try destructuring here? For example, if you try destructuring, what is this response actually? Response is object. We can destructure object, right? We can get, what is this response getting? It is getting the context value, which is each fetching. It is getting this each fetching. But if you write this each fetching here, what is happening here? Something is wrong, right? Oh, yeah, something is wrong here. So if you write, now you cannot do that. If you want to products, except products here, it is also not working. So I just want you to try it. Just want you to fix it. So what is happening here? Why this is the error? Why we cannot actually destructure the object? Because this is object, whatever you are getting from here. But why you cannot destructure object here? Just try it yourself once. Maybe we will fix it tomorrow. But currently, I'm just writing response here. Okay, so yeah. So response is actually getting each fetching and products from the context. Now you can remove this part from here. Product context here. Remove this part from here, this part from here, and just take it here. We just want to fetch our product here. Okay, so, and where is get product actually? It is coming from our services, right? It is coming from our services, that's fine. So we want to fetch it here. So instead of doing it in this use effect hook here, what you can also do is create create some function to fetch, create some function to actually yeah, we will create some multiple functions here, but let's first get this data into some function. Okay, maybe any function that we want to write here, because we want to actually fetch the data there. But do we need to really create a function? Let me just remove this whole use effect part, or let me at least comment it for now. Can I not write only get products here? Get products, and that product, I'll just copy this part from here, this whole part. Get product, and then I'll accept it, and set product. Where is this set product coming from? Set product is actually arriving from this response. So I need to write responsive. But do we have set product here? No, because we haven't actually passed it here. Where is set product actually? In the context, do we have it? Do we have React state here to set the product?
On line number 28.
Yeah, on line number 28, right? So I can pass this one as well here to the context. Now I can accept it here. But something is wrong here, possibly undefined. So it is passed. Now something is once again wrong. What should I do? Previously, I'm telling this context is only containing each fetching and products. I need to add set products here as well, right? Am I correct? Set products. What is this set products? So now this error is going out. So if I don't know, then this is any in JavaScript, any type. And I told you, do not write any. So what is this set product actually? What is the type? Is it an array, function, object? What is that?
Function.
Yeah, it's object. The object is just a general name. We'll call object if it is having that object literal syntax. Otherwise, if it is having that array syntax, we'll call it array. If it is having function syntax, we'll call it function. Set product, what is that? Is it object or function?
Function.
Yeah, it is a state updating function, right? Coming from use state. Now, how can you type function here? This is also important. Now we haven't done this previously. We are going to type a function with TypeScript. How will you do that? We want to tell the behavior of function to TypeScript. Hey, TypeScript, this is a function. We need to say this is a function. Can I simply write function here? No, I cannot. So what I need to do is write a syntax of the function, maybe something like function is returning something. Function is like a machine, right? It should accept something and give something, right? It will have input and output. We should define both of them here, input and output. So function is written like this. Here we will accept input and it will return actually something, and we'll call that output. So set products actually. Set products is itself a function which is accepting some input. So what is that input actually? What is the input accepted by set product? Is it a number? Is it an array? Is it a function? What can we pass inside set products? Or can we pass anything?
Array.
Array of, an array is
Empty.
also limited.
Array
Yeah.
of iProduct.
Yeah, array of high products. That's correct. We can only pass the array of high products here. So we need to specify here. So that should be products, which will be of type array of I products. This one. We can only pass products to a function, which will be of type array of I product. And what will it return? Set product. This is a function, right? We typed what is the input. Input will be array of I products. What will be the output? Is it providing some output? Set product. Is it returning something?
Same. I think it's an array of iProduct.
An
I
array.
think. Yeah.
No. Are we storing just case?
I think it's providing a boolean.
No, not boolean. Are you writing something like this previously? Like set product somewhere inside handler function or use effect. Just remember if you are writing this or not. Set products, pass some products here. And yeah, I will pass some products here, maybe data. Just an example here. And then did you save it in some variable?
No.
We didn't do that, right? Because this will return nothing actually. Set products will return nothing. It will just create a side effect. And that side effect is to update the products here. It will not return itself anything, but it will update the products. It is what set products is doing. That's why I told you previously, if you are learning React, TypeScript, you'll understand React well. Previously, we didn't care about these things, right? But we need to type with TypeScript. We need to tell TypeScript what this set products really is. Set products is a function which will accept some input, but it will not return anything. But it will create side effect. What is that side effect means? Internally, it will do something. It will not provide you anything. Can you imagine a machine which will not provide you any output, but it will do some internal things in it? It is having input and it will do some internal things, but it will not provide you some output. That is also possible, right? Sometimes in the electronic devices, the main thing that we will see is the outer functionalities, but inner functionalities are not visible. There are internal things going on. So some chips or some device is helping another device like that. It is creating a side effect, but we are not getting the value directly. What is that side effect? Actually, set products is creating a side effect to update this product. It will not provide you any result here. That's why there is no output. So if there is no output in TypeScript, we'll call it a void. Are you familiar with this term previously? If you are coming from other programming language, maybe you have heard that. Void means nothing, right? Empty or nothing actually. Currently, this in JavaScript, if the function is not returning anything, it will return undefined actually. So here we don't want to return anything actually. This is not what we want to get from set products. That's why we call it void. In TypeScript, if you do not want to get anything from or if that function is not returning anything to you, then you can write void here. Okay, now we successfully typed it. Right? This is another syntax which is you will encounter in many situations. TypeScript. We typed Boolean type, we typed function, we typed array, we typed object. Most of the things are already completed. So now let's go here. Something is wrong here. So actually, response is initially undefined. So this can be undefined. That's why we need to write that optional chaining operator here. Okay, and this data set products, what is happening? So it says I cannot do that. Undefined is not assignable to type I product. So let's go in this products, and products is of type, here you can see I product, right? So here we don't have undefined. So we are once again typing these products. These products that we are sending here is, this is the products of the context actually. So there is some issue here, not able to do this. Let me try to remove it from here, this undefined, and save it. The issue still exists there because the data is the data that you are getting. This is coming from get product actually. The data that you are getting here is undefined, and you need to specify undefined here. Once again, we have the same issue. Let's try specifying undefined here. Actually, will resolve it. We are just saying if it is helping us or no. So it means let's remove it from here. I'll keep it there. We'll remove that one as well. But let's not actually do this right here. So let's do it in some function. Let's create like a fetch function there, and we will directly not call it inside this use product, but we'll create a function and we'll put it inside here. So I'm creating another function here to fetch the products, fetch products. And in there, I'm writing this. So once again, it is not working. So it says type I product undefined is assignable. Actually, what is happening is this is sometimes becoming undefined. So I cannot actually, I'm not able to assign undefined here to these products. But I'm saying that products will also be of type undefined, but I'm not able to set this from here. There is some issue actually. And that issue is related to this thing that I told you previously. We are also not able to directly destructure it here. Okay, if you just look at this issue, then this will also be solved. But I'm keeping it here.
Gorak, I have a question.
Yeah.
My error is under the set products, not the data dot products.
Oh, and then what was your error? Can you just hover and see what is it
Yeah,
saying?
the error property set products does not exist on type of like the function iProduct context.
It means, can you check here? Do you have set product here? Inside value?
In products.
In product context?
Yeah.
It is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is it also here in iProduct context? This line?
iProduct context. Yeah, it is.
It is there. Then it should work actually. So
yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, can you just share your screen so that I can look what is actually the issue? Maybe real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
1 second. Okay.
Yeah, so okay. Just go inside product context provider. Let's see.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I have it here. And then I also have it.
Oh, yeah. You are passing it from there, set products, and all right. And it is also available above, right? Can I just see above code?
Yeah,
Okay.
right here.
There is no issue on this line actually, right?
No.
Set products and products is type of product and wait. Yeah, this is working actually.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh yeah. Okay. On type. Oh. Oh, I think, can you go back to product context? Okay, product context, and let me see. This is fine. On line number 8, it is typing that we are typing set products function. And okay. And we are sending the same set products. Can you just can you just go scroll down a little bit and try to do this one more time? Remove these set products from value. Just type set there. It should provide you some autocomplete. Let's see if it is there or not. Yeah, there is set products. So okay. Yeah, something is not good right here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this shouldn't actually come there. Sometimes this is not usually. Your VS Code is not actually synchronizing with TypeScript. If you are
Should I
seeing
like
build
X out
issue,
and go back in?
yeah, there is an extension called reload. So you can go in the extension tab and type reload and install it. This may not actually resolve your issue, but you can also try sometimes.
This one?
Yeah, you can install it. Okay, so on the bottom right of your VS Code, after go live, you can see reload, right? Just click there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it will reload your VS Code right there. And let's go inside that use product. Let's see if that error once again appears there or not. Let's wait for a few seconds.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, once again there is. Yeah.
Maybe I missed like a line from before somewhere.
I don't think so, because what I'm seeing there is actually working in your case. Oh, on line number 7, you are not calling use product context there. Use product context is a hook. Yeah. Now that error
Okay,
notice
there
will
it
be
is.
set. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And these kinds of error are visible in the browser console. You can sometimes look at the browser console as well while you are running your application. If you cannot actually find what is the error here, just go to your browser console and yeah, you'll get error there, and you'll get actual accurate error there. You'll find what is the issue. All right, there is another issue here. So yes, I'm just keeping it here for now. Intentionally, we'll fix it. There is some issue that we need to fix. So what this fetch products will do is fetch the products. Fetch products all the time. It is going to fetch the products, and after fetching the product here, we will, this data is a product, right? What we will do is, oh, get products. Let's go to get products once again. Where is this get products actually? Where is it coming from?
From services.
Product. Yeah, services. Let's go in services. And we are actually returning this data here. And we are accepting it directly here, and we are setting it here. Products, all right. That is fine, because it will include your data in there. I think everything we are doing until now is fine, but this line of code is not fine. This is related to this, and this is related to this. This is related to actually whatever we are calling it undefined. We need to remove it actually. We don't need to write it undefined here. Write this undefined here. This is where our error coming from. This is, I want you to try first. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's keep it there. And here what we will do is we will actually set the products with this product data. Actually, we don't want to write response here. We just want to write set products there. These set products will come from our use product context. Set product. Set products. So currently there is error because it says the same error that Alan was facing previously. Set product doesn't exist on type here. Why? Because the set product is exists available there on that type. Actually, set products is here. This is the error about the data that we are getting from our API, which is not immediately providing you the data, but it is providing you some undefined value. So yeah, we need to fix it. After fixing this, we can set the products here. We can even set our, if we need, we have this set product fetching as well. You can pass it here. Oh, set product fetching. Sorry, set with fetching. And you will accept it here. this set is fetching. This is not working. Set is fetching here. Currently, it is also not working. Now we'll use it here. So after setting the product, or before setting our product, or after setting our product, we can implement logic right here, and we will disable this fetching process. Initially, there will be this fetching process. Later, we will disable it. We'll call it each fetching is false. What is the initial value? It is also false. Let's initialize it. So first, we'll start fetching here. We'll call set product is true right here. And later, we will actually disable the fetching here. Set product, disable the fetching after fetching is completed. So this is the fetch function that we wrote here. Okay. And we will use this function somewhere. But this is just a function. We don't want to, if you use this somewhere in React, and if you actually make it a React state, or if you want, if you are re-rendering your application, re-rendering means running your application once again, then what will happen is it will once again fetch the product. Re-render will be done in your React quite a lot, actually, quite a lot. When you are actually moving here and there into your pages or clicking somewhere, re-rendering will happen. Re-rendering means your application will execute from top to bottom once again. Top to bottom means, let's say 5 to line number 23. Means this line will, this function, if it is called, will also execute. Means, let me provide you a situation here. If you have like, let's go here. If you have your application which is running, let's say google.com or facebook.com. If you are logged into facebook.com or twitter.com, and once you are logged in, if you click somewhere in settings, do you want to again log in? We just want to persist our state there, right? We don't want to log in. We don't want to fetch once again. Or let's say if you scroll here with about the latest tweet, then do you want to actually fetch the tweets which are already there above? You will not do that. You will not fetch the tweet. What I mean is you will not call API again and again if it is providing the same data. It means we will not run this function again and again. Where is that one? It is inside. I'm opening the another repo, I think. Let me go here. We don't want to run this function again and again. So for that case, we will implement their optimization technique. And there are two popular hooks in React. They are called use memo and use callback hook. So what they do, why they are required in React, why do we want to optimize, or why do we want to remember something in React? So what is re-rendering? Why re-rendering is a problem in React sometimes? Then we'll see that, and we'll implement those two hooks actually, and we'll see how we can optimize our React application using those two hooks. All right. So let's take a quick break, and then we'll continue using those two hooks. We'll implement React performance optimization as well. And then we'll come back here and implement it right here into this fetch product. All right, I'll go somewhere outside the React application, maybe create another folder here for that performance optimization, and then come back here and use it here. Okay, then everybody. So can we go in the break session, everyone? For 10 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I'll meet you after 10 minutes, guys. Hello everyone. Are you here, everybody? Can we continue or should I wait for a few more minutes? Yeah, we can discuss until then as well if you have some issue. Or you can try fixing this one as well. This is some issue here. Just try to see why there is this issue. You need to go here and you need to see in app.tsx why we are not able to destructure here and just get data here. Why this is the case. If we can destructure, then most of our issue will be resolved. Why we are not able to destructure here? We are getting data because or you can get products directly. I think this context is providing you products. You can just try fetching directly products, but we are not able to, and it's the same case. And just track where this product is coming from. This product is coming from your context first, these products, right? And where is this products coming from actually? Once again, if you go and track, this products is coming from this is the state updating function, right? Which will update this product. So initially this is empty array and we are writing undefined here. We should remove this one. And this state updating function will get these products from your use products. This is where your products are coming from actually. Sorry, this one, not use product, these products inside services. So you are fetching products here. This is where your products are coming from this URL. It means you need to do something here. These products are not sent properly. These are not products actually, right? So yeah, just try to see if you can find something there. And guys, what is this data actually? Can you tell me? What is the type of this data that I'm writing on line number 9? What is the type? Is it mainly we have limited types in JavaScript, right? You can tell this is of type iProduct response in TypeScript. But if I ask you from the perspective of JavaScript, what is the type? Is it an array or a function or an object?
Is it
Number,
an
string?
object?
What is it? Yeah, it is object actually, right? So we want to send products from here, not object, right? Object is containing products, but we are not sure. Is it containing products there or not? Or it will take time as well, right? So can you do something here to just send, do not send data here, send products from here. So this iProduct response is actually containing products. If you go here, this iProduct response containing products, it means the products is inside data, right? Data is an object which is containing a property called products. Oh, then let's try to get this out. let's try to directly write here this data.products. Return it. But it may not be there initially. It may not be there. So initially you are accepting fetching it from API. It may not be there. It will be undefined initially. So you need to check that case as well. So first, you need to actually see if you are receiving those data properly or not. What you need to do is, if there are data, then that's fine. Just destructure them. If there you are having data, just destructure it. From data you can get products, right? But if you are not having that data, then what will you do? Then let's go and write this OR operation. And if there are no any data, then we will create it an empty array. And now products will be undefined once again. From empty array, we want to destructure something, but we are making it empty array. So this is like, if there are data, short circuit right here, otherwise short circuit here. If there are data, then there will be products as well. Otherwise, there will be no products. So now we can return these products from here. Now this get products is returning the products. Now let's see where we are using get products. We have few issues here. Okay. Yeah, set is fetching is actually not included here. That's why we have that issue as well. Let's include that set is fetching. And what is this set is fetching? Is it accepting something? How can we type it? It is a state updating function, right? And what will we accept here? What will we pass as an input of set is fetching? It is a function, right? It will accept some input and it will have some output as well. Remember, your state updating function will always have output void. Nothing will be there. But what is the input? What will you pass here? Will you pass number or will you pass a Boolean value, true or false? It means you will just accept some value here. You can say value, and that value will be the Boolean value. All right. So now we typed it. Let's go here. So our main goal of doing this here is trying to get products directly. So now, since we are passing these products already, I'm just removing this one from here. This undefined from here. And now I'm passing products here. Let me just try to grab that products here once again. It is once again showing that doesn't exist. This product still doesn't exist on this I product contain context or undefined. So let's go here once again. We have products actually. Why is it saying this is not there? Is it because of this optional chaining operator? No, once again, it is showing the same issue. Products is not there. It is saying products is not there in your context. But we have products here, right? Here. And we have products passed here. And we have typed that product here as well. But it is saying you do not have your product there. You cannot destructure it. This is the issue actually that we have currently. Okay, if you write response, we did some correction here on the service, but still we have that issue if you want to directly restructure here in the app.tsx. All right, just look at it. Okay, so now I slightly elaborated it. Maybe it will help you. So then it will, everything will be fixed here. Every error will be fixed. So let me post this code and I'll go to React optimization then. So there is some bug in our code. So need to fix. All right, you can get this code on the main branch on the GitHub itself. So let me go and do something with React optimization here in VS Code once again. So I closed it. I did from another project folder, right? Test folder. Now I don't have that latest changes here. I don't have that latest changes here as well on here as well. So how can I get this data from GitHub here? This will be the situation that you are also dealing with.
Git fetch.
Yeah, fetch will not get data, but it will provide you the information, right? Git fetch. And then
Git status.
yeah, get status, right? So it says my branch is behind by one commit, means I am behind with respect to that remote branch. Now what should I do to get that one commit?
Git pull.
Yeah, just pull it. Now this is the data, latest one. Okay, then let's go and do something with React optimization. This is also fun stuff. I will actually create another folder. Later I'll come back here, okay, and then continue with this one. And remember, you haven't actually sent me any pull request, guys. I'm just waiting that you will send me some fixes for the feedback application. Here, we haven't completed it, right? So just go sometimes if you have some time and go inside Frontend. Go in the context maybe. Write something here. If it is not completed, we just have created a context here. And there is, you can watch the video where I have done something more here. You can write it. And just after you completed your code, after you did some progress, little progress, then create your branch. Here you have already some of the branch available, right? You can create your own branch and push that code in your branch. And later, after pushing the code in your branch, you can create a pull request. And that pull request will come here. And then I'll merge that pull request into the main branch. And in that way, we will complete this feedback app actually. I just sometimes work on it, everyone. We are here around 50 participants. So maybe some of you can send me pull request sometimes, and then I'll merge it. And we'll explain it in the session as well. So hey, today he sent me pull request and here is the fix. This will give motivation to others as well to actually fix the issue. All right, so yeah, let me create another folder. Later I'll come back to React TypeScript. This is about performance optimization in React. Let me go to that folder. And I'll install React in it. In the current folder actually. This will be React. You can create TypeScript or JavaScript. Let's go with TypeScript now. Let's install dependencies there. And I have one link where we can look at. Let me send you. Let me see if it is opened or not. Okay, we have two hooks in React. We haven't actually discovered them. This is use callback and use memo hook. This is to optimize your React application, to improve the performance in your React application. All right, let me send you this link. We are just following this. This is just a random link that I just picked. You can just Google about use callback and use memo hook, and you'll get a lot of resources there. So here, let's see what is this about React performance optimization. Okay, and then I'll come back here and in app.tsx, I'll write some code. This is, I think, this is using, that doesn't matter actually. We can use JavaScript as well in TypeScript application. Let me remove and just create a small component here. So let me comment it as well. So for React optimization, this is the initial setup. All right, so what is this use memo and use callback hook? Why it is required actually? In React, if you have noticed sometime, if you write console log in many components, you will see a lot of re-rendering is happening. Re-rendering means that component will re-render. Why do you think in React especially, our component will, or our component means function, right? There will be many functions in your React application, maybe thousands of functions, tens of thousands of functions. So why do we think those functions will run many times in your React application? They should only run while you open your React application, or they may run while you scroll, while you click, right? While you change some data. Why these components are re-rendering? What is the main cause of re-rendering? Why these components are re-rendering in React? What is the main cause actually?
Lack of state management.
Lack of state management, or because of state management? Right?
Yes, state management.
If you do not have your state, then component will not re-render. Your component in React will only render or re-render if your state changes. So it is because you have many states in your React. And that is what we don't want to remove. We don't want to remove state from React. That is why React is popular, right? React is popular because it can manage states, or it have state and it can render and re-render your application. This is not about state management here. States are there. They can be managed in any way. If you have context, or if you have Redux, or if you do not have context or Redux, there will be the same issue. The issue here is you have states in React, and those states keep changing in React many times. And when those states are changing in React, by default in React, your component will re-render when state changes. So then what's the big deal, right? What happened then if our component re-renders? Let's see what is the issue actually. Until now, there is no issue. Absolutely fine. We can go and work on React application without introducing these two concepts, use callback and use memo. But once your application starts growing, you will need to actually sometimes introduce these two. But do not always use this actually. We'll see why we will always not use it, and why we sometimes want to use it. So here are these two hooks, use callback and use memo. These are not for the same use cases. This is for function. This is for some value actually. So they are there to remember your values. If your value is not changing in the state, then why do you want to re-render your component, right? The main purpose of re-rendering your React component is to see something changing here on the screen. If something is not changing, then why will you re-render your application? This is the case. This is the situation where we will use this use callback and use memo hook. So if your component is re-rendering a lot of times, this is really important, a lot of times. If your component is re-rendering 1 or 2 times, that's fine. Although data is not changed, if your component is re-rendering 1 or 2 times, that's fine. But your component is re-rendering a lot of times, then at that time, we will get these 2 hooks into our application and stop the re-rendering process. We'll see if our states are changing or not. If our states are changing, then definitely we'll need to re-render, right? Otherwise, how will you see the changes on the browser? But if your states are not changing, then we will stop the re-rendering process a lot of time, which is happening in the application. All right, so yeah, we will check if our values are changing. Sometimes your value may change. Sometimes your object or function may change, especially function may change. This is usually the case. That's why most of the time use callback is more used than use memo. So if your function is changing a lot of time, then you will use callback to see if it is really changing or not. If your value is changing, then you'll use memo hook. All right, this is the syntax. It's like use effect hook, right? If you write use effect, this is called use effect hook. Now, if you write use callback, this is now use callback hook. Use callback is having same syntax than that like that of use effect hook. We'll pass some dependencies here as well. And these dependencies are the matrices or the parameters or those variables which we will inspect whether they are changing or not. Depending upon these dependencies, we will run or do not run this code. Okay, then let's yeah, enough about this descriptions. Let's actually do it. Try to do it in our application. So let me copy this code. Yeah, you got this URL, right? You can just go here and just copy this code. Let me copy this code. This is a simple React component, app component. Oh, we don't need React. And where is the child component? Let's create it. Here is the child component. Let's go here and create another component called child component. Child component.tsx. So we need this code there. Here, as you see, TypeScript is really helping you. Hey, you are not using it, remove it. So yeah, now it works. So we have a really simple child component here. What is this doing actually? It is printing hello world. Here is console log where you will see child components re-rendered. And here is one state. Let's see what is this? What is this actually doing here? Can you just tell me what is this app component doing? What is this printing on the screen, or what is the main aim of actually writing this app component? Let me export it here.
Incrementing a counter.
Okay, incrementing a counter. So is there a button then?
Yes.
There is a button where we can click, right? To increment. Then we'll see that incremented value. Is this the incremented value on the button itself?
No, that's just a
No,
label.
this just the label, yeah. Are we printing somewhere incremented value?
Yes, line 9 in the h1 tags num.
Oh, line 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, then this component is having a button. Let's visualize it first, okay? This component is having a button and it is printing the incremented value. And is it doing something else, or is it only that much this component is doing?
It's rendering the child component too.
What is meant by rendering a child component? You can just tell me in really simple way. What is this printing actually on the screen? What can we see from child component? Yeah, that is absolutely correct that you said it is rendering a child component. But will we see something on the screen from app component? Right here. What will happen if this component is rendered in the app component? Want to go here and see?
We'll say hello world.
Hello world will come here, right? At this location.
Yes.
Yeah. It is getting this JSX, this whole JSX from this child component here. Okay, let's once again see. This app component is printing the incremented value first on h1 tag, right? And two div tag, and the inner div tag is having hello world coming from here. Oh, one div tag, inner h1 tag actually is having hello world. You will see hello world. After the incremented value, you will see hello world on the screen, right? And then you will see button. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is there something more that we'll see on the screen?
I don't think so.
Okay, then let's run it and let's see ourselves. Let me stop it. I'm here inside React optimization. Let me write yarn dev. Okay. Move this part from here. Okay, this is because of this CSS from index.css. Do not worry about it. It is in the middle, that's fine. But the content is what you told me is correct actually. This is the incremented value. This is hello world, and this is the button. So if I click here, will it be incremented? If I click here, will it be incremented?
I don't
Will
think
it
so.
become
It's
1,
not
2,
being
3?
rendered, is it?
Yeah. Oh, will it re-render or not? If I click here, what will happen? Will it become 0 or 1 or nothing will happen?
It becomes one.
One, yeah.
Yeah, it will render.
It will re-render.
It will re-render?
Because
Why?
because on click we have a set number to number plus
Because
one.
we updated the state.
The state is norm, right?
Yeah.
So we updated the value of the state norm, which was 0 initially. Now we are making 0 plus 1, which is 1. That's why it will re-render. Now, this is the important question that I want to ask. Do you want to re-render the whole code here? Whole code means re-render this component means it will execute from line number 5 to line number 14. But our main concern is here because this is what we will see on the screen. Do you want to really re-execute this line, and this line? Or do you only want to re-execute this line number 9 and line number 11?
Only the two.
Only the two?
Yeah, 9 and
Why
11.
not line number 10? Why do
Well,
you not want to
because the
re-render
value
it?
is only changing for 9, and I don't think it affects the child component.
Oh, it will not affect the child component? Means it will not run. It will not execute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it means it will not re-render child component. So another question is, will child component re-render or not while re-rendering the parent component? That's why we have console log here, child component re-rendered. We'll see it initially. Let me go there. We go on the console. Here, this grayed out is just for test cases, okay? Because of that React strict mode. Just see here, it is rendered only once. It is rendered only once. So my question is, if I click here on addition, will we see child component re-render on the console? And will this child component also re-render while re-rendering the parent component? This is my question actually. Yeah, what do you think about it? Should it be re-render or it shouldn't actually re-render? Actually, you
I think
can just go with the
whole app component will re-render.
app component will only re-render. This will not re-render.
Yeah, no, I mean whole app means it includes the child components as well.
It includes child
So-
on line 110, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, absolutely, that is correct. Whole app is re-rendering, so why are you worrying about line number 10? It will also execute whatever you have inside app. Okay, line number 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way to here, whatever it is executable there. It means on line number 10, we have child component. So it will actually go and re-render this one as well. Now just assume that there inside child, here are 10 more components, 10 child components, and each and every child is once again having another component in there. Want to create another child, like another child. Let's create it. Another child here. And RFCE or RAFCE generating that another child. So let me console log another child. Running. Okay, let me import it. Let me go and disable this strict mode for now. Let me go to app component. Now what is happening here? Another child. All of them. Initially, every one of them should actually run, right? But when I click on this addition button, this child component will re-render because it is inside this app component. And then any component in here, will they re-render or not? Line number 9. There is another child. Will it also re-render?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It means if you have this nested, every time in React you will have nested components. Okay, all of them coming into child. Sorry, this app. So means if you have the nested components, maybe hundreds of other components, one inside child, right? Here is another child, which is inside child component. And if there is another component inside another child, and if there is another component and so on, then all of them will re-render only just to update this number. Let's say that there are 1,000 components inside child component. All of the thousand components will re-render only just to update this number. And this is actually the issue. Yes, actually all of them. I think I lost connection for a few moments. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah, we are here.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, yes, React will re-render. It doesn't care how many components, how many nested components are there. It will re-render all of them. So if you have 1,000 nested components or 1,000 components in here, just to update this number, it will re-render all of them, all of the 1,000 components. And do you think it is good to re-render all of the 1,000 components just to re-render this? Actually, here is the issue. That's why I'm telling you, if there is one or two components, that's fine. React can handle it pretty well. But if you have 1,000 components, then each and every click is re-rendering those 1,000 components. Means your application will slow down. You need some optimization there. Here is the issue actually. So what is the solution then? Solution is really simple, right? If you click on this button to update this number, just exclude this component. If you can somehow exclude this child component from here, then that problem will go away, right? This will not render and re-render child or any other nested child components. Are you getting me, everyone? So we need to find a way from where we can exclude this component. So we need to tell React that, hey, React, I am just updating this number, which is in H1, and I just want to update it. But if you find any other component in my current component, if you find any other child component or any other nested child component, ignore them all. We just want to provide that instruction to React. And that instruction, we will provide it via these two hooks, use callback and use memo. All right. Now, are you clear why we need those two hooks? I think all of you are confused about the explanation, right? Do you want to ask me something?
No, it's clear.
Oh, okay, then let's just continue. Yeah, just ask me if there is something. So what can we do then? Let's remember this component.
Sorry, could you just explain that again? I'm a little confused.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So what I'm saying is, oh, I didn't click here as well. First of all, I ran this application. Every code should actually execute, every code in our project. But now I'm clicking on this addition. See here, child component is rendered. Another child component also rendered, running. If you just want to update this H1, then why do you want to run this code? Line number 10. Line number 10 is containing child component, and that child component is also containing another child component. These two are also running. If you just want to update this number, why do you want to actually run this line and this line actually? Re-render this two line. Do you really need to actually re-render it? No, we don't, right? We don't want to actually re-render this. These are not changed. If they are changed from hello world to hello Nepal or hello US, then we will re-render this. But the content is still same, static, right? There is no change. That's why we need to ignore this. Otherwise, if you have thousands of other components in there, all of them will re-render. And it will impact in your React performance. Just assume a situation, right? Think a situation like one component is re-rendering 1,000 components. Means if you have 10 components, then 10,000 components. If you have 10 components in your base, to update those 10 components, other 10,000 components will also execute. This is actually the real case that I am seeing. These numbers are real numbers that used to be in your real React projects. And when you are actually running those 10,000 components, remember, it will take some time. Actually, it will slow down your application. Right? Your performance will be impacted. So that's why we want to ignore this line number 10. We want to say that, hey, I just want to update this number. Do not care about hello world and another child. Just ignore it. This is the instruction that we want to provide to React. All right.
Yeah.
Is this fine, everyone? Okay, then how can we do this then? There are two hooks for just to achieve this result. One is the use memo and another one is the use callback hook. Let's do use memo first. So now what you can do it, remember this component, right? So let's say if you remember something, then you will realize later, right? Do you need to do it or not? Let's say that you have some to-do list of today's work, and you are remembering something, right? You are making tick mark there, so into that to-do list. And if you later see some of the work is already completed, you will not work it again, right? You will not complete that work again one more time, because that is already completed. You have some memorization somewhere. That's why we need memorization here as well. We need to memorize something. So we'll memorize this child component with the help of this use memo hook. This is really simple actually. What you will do is just accept use memo is coming from React. You can just write use memo and it will be imported here. Already available inside React. It is a part of React actually. So use memo, the syntax is it's like a like use effect, right? In use effect, we pass callback function and dependencies as well. This is the syntax of use memo hook that you can see here. Here. So what you want to remember is the component actually. This component. You want to remember this component, that's why we will place it here. This component will so I will ask you another question. Do you want to, let me go back here. Will this component changes ever again in future or not? This hello world component. Will it change or not in any circumstances? If you write this component in any other application, will you get the same result or different result?
The same.
Same result all the time, right? This is the static component. Always rendering the same text. Not accepting any prop, not changing, no dynamic things are here, no JavaScript variable is here. It's the static component, right? Always it is the same component. That's why we will run it only once. That's why we will have empty dependencies here. We will not write any dependencies. If there is some variable into this component, then we will actually need to write that variable here. But currently there is no value that is changing this component. That's why we need to write empty dependencies there, and we need to include this component here. Okay. Need to return that component actually. If you see here, it is not writing curly brace, means this arrow function will return itself. You can do that same as well if you have a single component. Return from here. Now we memorized it. We memorized the component. Now you can write tons. Let's save the memorized value in some variable like memo child, something like that. Memo of the child component. This is the memorization of the child component. And instead of rendering this component now we'll actually render the memorization of the child component here. Memo child in this way. This is a JavaScript variable. That's why we need to go inside JavaScript. And this is how we memorize the component which we don't want to re-render a lot of time. Now let's see the effect now. Okay, at first it should, oh, I need to go here. At first it should actually execute this child component and another child component, right? Or should it, or will it ignore at the first execution of the component? Because we want to see something, at first it should execute, right? Otherwise, how can we memorize without knowing something, right? That's why at first run of this code from line number 1 to 16, this component will execute. The memorized value is coming from line number 7. It is printed on line number 12, and this will execute. That's why we are seeing hello world and another child. You can see here child component rendered. Another child is also running at first. Now let me see what happens if I click on this addition. I don't want to rerun this child component. If I click on addition, that is the main goal. Okay, let's see. Let me click here. Can you see? There is no any render or re-rendering happening with the child component. Only line number 11 is updating now. Only line number 11. Right? So this is how we can actually optimize the performance by memorizing the components in React application. Alright guys, this is not that much difficult to implement, but concept is important actually. You will not do it all the time. You will do it when many times your component is re-rendering or many components are re-rendering within one or another component. Okay, so this is the final output that we want, where we memorized the child component, and that child component is having another child component as well, right? And that is not executing as well, because we just memorize the parent, and parent will contain other child as well. None of them will execute. Okay, this is fine, everyone. Any question? All right, so I hope it is clear. Let me comment at this point. But we still need to talk about another hook called use callback hook. Yeah, do you have some issue? Maybe Peter, Nissan, Sahaz, Ankit, Daya, maybe?
It's clear.
Ganesh.
Yes, Guru. Great forward.
Okay, let's go then. With CMP and implementing use memo. We implemented use memo. Now we want to talk about use callback hook. Let's go here once again. So yeah, we used use memo hook. Here you can see the same result, right? If it is clicked, child component shouldn't re-render. So it helps to memorize something which will increase the performance in the React application if it is rendered multiple times. This is really important. If it is not rendering multiple times, do not actually add this in your application. I'm telling you because this will use memo will itself impact on your performance as well. That's why if your child components are rendering, there are too many child components or too many times it is rendering, then only use memo. All right. In normal case, we'll not use it. In normal React application, if your application is working perfectly, not re-rendering multiple times, too many times, then you don't have to use memo hook at all.
Can you please show us the console result without using memo once?
Console here?
Like without using the memo, like
Oh,
we used
without
to do
using
normal.
memo. Yeah, sure.
So that
So
we
without
can
using memo, let's see that. Yeah, that's also a nice question. Let me and paste it here. Now let me comment the memorization part here. These two are the memorization, right? Now let's do it without using memo. Now without using memo, if I click here, two child and another child will re-render. Can you see on the console? Each and every click, in each and every click, another two components are running there. Child and another child, both of them. And this is also updating. That's why do we want to run this? We don't want to run this, right? That's why we introduced memorization. So now if we implement memorization here, that will not be the case. So let me do it from start once again. I click here. Now this is stopped. Those are not running now. Yeah, this is the result that we achieved. Is this okay?
Yeah, thank you.
So use callback hook. Let's go and see. Yeah, let's see the situation first and we'll implement it. Why we need to use callback hook. Let's see the problem with use memo hook and we'll know why use callback hook is actually important.
Guru,
So
previously you also mentioned that we use callback to to pass the data from child component to parent components, right?
No. That is callback function. That is the different thing.
Oh, it's
This
not the
is
same.
use callback hook. Yeah, this is just a hook which is called use callback. This is a name of
Okay.
hook. And that is the concept actually. That is not the name of any hook. There is a concept called callback. Callback.
Okay.
So callback is associated with functions. Sometimes they are called in different locations.
Mhm.
So let me copy this code once again and let's see a situation, or let's do it ourselves instead of copying. Sometimes copying code is not good, right? If we can write ourselves, then we can understand more. So let's implement use callback here instead of use memo. Use callback. What is happening here? Children profs accepts a single child react node, but multiple children are provided. Wild error. Let me comment this one. Oh, why that error is coming? Maybe there is no error. Now, once I accept use callback and use this use callback here, now that error is coming. We'll see what is happening there. But I'm replacing this use callback now. This is memo child, or yeah, you can write the same name. That's fine. And actually, with use callback, you will let's actually, yeah, let's not use callback first. Use memo is fine because we want to see why use callback is needed, right? We'll see use memo, use callback later. So let me go back all the way back. Let's start once again. So I have different situation now. The situation is previously nothing is there to change this component, right? That's why it is fine to use in this way. But assume what happens if something is changing in this component. Something is changing. So something is changing, but it will not change all the time. It may change 1 or 2 times or 3 or 4 times, but it will not change all the time. Okay. So let's see. Let me pass this number. This is also changing, right? So let me pass this number here, right here. Num equals num. And okay, I need to accept that num here. And let me render this num here as well. In S2 tag, let's say. Or S1 tag is also fine. That's fine. We just want to have some content here. Okay, this is an S1 tag currently. What is the actually? We need to type. See, TypeScript. In TypeScript, you need to type all the time. So what is the type of this num? This is a number, right? So with function, if you are passing something with function, then you need to type it. Otherwise, TypeScript cannot know what is the type there. Now, oh, this is not the way. This is object actually. We type object by just writing colon here, and num is actually number. Now it is typed. So we have another situation now, guys. Now this is coming from child component. This is coming from parent component. Okay. When we click on this addition, both of them should update, right? Both of them should be updated. But what will happen? Can you guess? Will both of them be updated when I click on this addition button?
It should.
Should. Let's see.
Yes.
Let me click on addition. Only your parent is running. Because we restricted the child component because we are not passing any dependencies. No dependencies means it will run only once. This is the concept came from use effect hook, right? Empty dependencies means it will only run once. So now your child is not running. Because your child is now having this dynamic variable, we haven't included it here, that's why it is not running. You need to include whatever changing there. Let me include norm, and let's see once again. Now both of them are working. Another child is also running, but we don't want to run another child there, right? This is not changing, right? All the time, is it? It is not changing. It is only having another child content. That's the static content, right? Now tell me, how can I memorize this another child? It's really simple, right?
We used before.
Use memo here.
Yeah.
And we should actually include this another child now. Or yeah, you can write it here as well. Let me cut it here and paste. And this second should be empty dependency because we want only once this to be run. So now you can cut it from here. You can directly paste it here as well into JavaScript. Let's see. Let me refresh it once again. Now, can you see? Only child component is running, not another child. Because only child component is changing, right? This child component is changing because it is having this number and this is changing. But another child is not getting number. It is not changing. That's why you can see on the console, only your child component is running, not another child. You can see another child is only running once. Okay, is this fine, everyone? So this is fine, but let's create a function here. Here we have a function. I want to create a similar one. So let's create a function like handle update. Okay, and this is a function, simple function. It is returning, let's say, returning something. Let's say it will return something. You can just create this function. This is a valid syntax as well. This is returning undefined currently. Okay, let's pass this function here. Instead of passing norm here now, let me pass that function. And yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's pass this function. The name is handle update. What is the syntax is also gone. The name is handle update and the value is also handle update. Okay, we have passed the function. We need to accept it. Go there, accept that function now. Now, what is the type? How can I type it now? The function is, can you type this function now? Right, it's a function. Handle update. You forgot how to type the function. Its handle update is a function which is accepting handle update. We are not accepting nothing, and it is rendering void, returning void, nothing. This is a function. And let's call this function here. Somewhere, let's say, let's call this function here, and undefined will be returned while you call this function from here. And you can see void is not assignable to type React node. We say that it is returning void. That's why we cannot call it here inside JSX, because we are not returning anything from that function. It doesn't make any sense to call it there, right? Let's call it here. Okay. So now what happens is, this is a function which is never changing. Is it? Is it changing? Line number 7. Is it doing something there? This is not doing anything special, right? Means, should we render this child component or not in this case? If I click on this addition, should we re-render this child component or not? The child component is doing something there. What is the thing that it is doing? It is printing hello world. And it is actually calling handle update. It has already called handle update once while it is running initially. It was running initially. But now it doesn't make any sense to call that handle update once again, because nothing is there. Nothing is happening in there. This is usually in case of API data fetching from API. If you fetch the data, then why do you want to fetch one more time within your application at once? If you refresh, then you want to fetch it once again, or if you have some special case. But otherwise, here this function is doing nothing. Why do you want to call it once again? Let's see if it can remember this function or not. Use memo. We want to actually have this function name here as well. Hey, use memo hook. Just remember this function. This is the function. Okay, let me click here. Can you see? Child component is rendered. We don't want to render child component, but child component is rendered. So your use memo hook cannot remember the function. Cannot. Otherwise, it should remember, right? Here we are writing function name. So we are clicking here, but your use memo hook is not able to do that. That's why we need use callback hook. That is because we use callback hook. So do you understand?
Sorry,
Yeah.
what was use memo not able to do again?
So I'll ask you one question, simple one. Here we are rendering child component. Child component is returning hello world. So do you want to re-render child component each and every time when you click on addition?
No.
No, right? It is just returning hello world. And it is also calling that handle update component, but handle update component has nothing, right? It has already called initially. So then we don't want to actually render this child component at all, right?
Yes.
So, and we have already memorized it here as well. You can see. I told you previously, if you memorize it with use memo, it will not re-render the child component. But now it is not happening. Here you can see our child component is also running. We don't want to run it, but it is also running. That is what we want to fix. Why this case is arising? Why use memo is not able to actually memorize the child component? It is because child component is now accepting a function. Whenever your child component accepts a function, it cannot memorize it. Whenever we have this function as a dependency, it cannot memorize the function. Okay? You get that?
Yes,
all right, that's why.
So would it mean that whenever a function is accepting, whenever a component is accepting a function, we never use memo?
That's right. Whenever a component is accepting a function, we will not use memo. We need to use callback hook.
Okay.
Yeah. Because use memo cannot do that, right? Cannot remember the function. If it cannot remember the function, then it doesn't make sense. If you completely remove it, then if you completely remove and have empty dependency, it will work once again. But sometimes your function may run in between, right? You need to just keep looking at that function, whether it is running or not, whether something is changing in that function or not, whether that function is changing or not. You need to keep looking at that function. Currently, this problem is solved by having empty dependency here. It will not run child component here. But we are not constantly watching this function here. It may change sometime. That's why we will, whenever something is changing sometime, we will include it here. And this is what use memo cannot do for the function. Okay, it can do for the variables. Previously we saw with num, but it cannot do the function update. Okay, you have this blog already available. So I discussed until now, I discussed the problem, and just try to replace use memo with use callback. Just try to read this. You need to complete it. It's only this part remaining from here to here. So now you need to implement use callback hook. Okay, just see where you can implement use callback hook, how it is implemented. This is also what I just want you to first complete. Then tomorrow we will add use callback, and also we need to, yeah, there is another thing that you need to do yourself. In React TypeScript, we have some error there, right? You need to fix that error. Just see what is causing that error. What can you do to fix that error? That is a simple error. If you don't try to fix such kind of error, then I think you'll feel more difficulties while you work somewhere. Because in the real project, that's a huge project, right? A lot of error will come there when you make single mistake. Then if you don't have some habit of tracking some error or debugging or finding something which is not working, it will be really difficult. So just try, guys. If you can find some error, create a pull request. I'm always saying you to create some pull request. If you can make some correction to my current project, you can create pull request for any of the folder. You can change the code in basic React if something is there missing. You can change the code in feedback React, maybe in React optimization. Yeah, you can create pull request. If you can implement use callback hook there, it will be really awesome, right? So just go and see this code. And this is the same code actually. Implement use callback hook and create a pull request. Okay, and I will just merge your pull request. It will also help me to just give one example of you, how you solve this problem so that other can also take some inspiration from you. I think that is how we can actually solve the real problems. Yeah, just see if you can create pull requests. So tomorrow we'll continue from here. But today I just want to stop at this point, guys. Okay, let me just send this to GitHub. So this is the problem in use memo. And we want to fix this problem with use callback hook. All right, so that's all for today. Do you have some questions for me, everyone? Let me see if I can access GitHub, if all the commits are there or not. Yeah, here are 107 commits. Each and every time when I push this code, it is deployed. It is deployed, and you can go to the live URL. This is checkyourcard.vercel.app, and you can see the real output all the time. Right, you can see currently nothing is displayed, I think, in the console. That's why nothing is here. Something should be there, I think. Something is coming from app. We'll see why it is not actually printing something here, because we have something working, I think, right? Let me see. There's something is here, but oh yeah, I didn't update. I updated this another project, right? React optimization. I haven't updated this one. That's why it is for that React TypeScript project actually. Yeah, just see, all the commits are here. You can track my code. We started from here today. We ended here. Just click here each and every time. So, and see what I changed from the previous day, previous code to the recent code. The green color are the recent changes. These are the previous changes. Yeah, and just try to do it yourself. And maybe we'll start. Yeah, if I can get some pull request from you guys, then that will actually be more interactive. All right, that is what I am constantly looking at. Instead of those assignments that you are submitting, right? I'm more interested in this pull request. So if some of you are sending pull requests, so I will just find it more helpful to me as well as to you. So that sometimes if I have to create those great reports, maybe at the end of this bootcamp, then I'll take the help of this pull request. If you haven't submitted your assignment, and if you have submitted this pull request, then this will help as well. All right, so that's all for today. So yeah, I want to thank you everyone for staying with me for such a long time. I'll just end this session for here today. So I'll meet you tomorrow, guys. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barak.